All right, listen up. If you rely on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA benefits, there are actually some serious concerns about delays in your monthly checks. With millions of Americans depending on these payments, a late deposit can mean missed rent, unpaid bills, or an empty fridge. So, what's happening? And more importantly, will your check be late? So I'm going to break this down in this video and give you the latest update as it relates to this. So over the last few days, there's been a ton of people worried about payment delays. And honestly, I get it, right? So when your benefits are your main source of income, even a short delay can cause some serious problems. So instead of speculation, I'm going to break down a couple of facts, a couple of things that we're seeing here as it relates to this. So number one, as you may have heard, the government shutdown threat. So what that means for your Social Security payments. So the government is once again on the brink of a shutdown. If lawmakers fail to pass a federal budget or a temporary funding bill by next week, we could actually see some major delays and disruptions across multiple federal agencies. And the big question is, will Social Security payments be affected? So let's break this down and give you exactly what you need to know as it relates to this. So what happens if there is actually a government shutdown? So the first thing you need to know is that Social Security benefits should be continued to be paid out even if the government shuts down. And the reason why that is because Social Security falls under mandatory spending, meaning funding is already set aside for these payments and does not rely on Congress approving a new budget every single year. This also means that if you're receiving retirement benefits, Social Security, disability insurance, supplemental security income as well, survivors benefits, VA benefits, your checks should still arrive on the scheduled date, even if the government offices are closed and they end up shutting down. But here's the catch, okay? So the real problem is comes out to delays and backlogs. Okay, so even though Social Security benefits will still be sent out, a government shutdown could still cause major delays, especially if you need help with your account. And here's why. So when the government shuts down, thousands of federal workers, including those at the Social Security Administration, may be unavailable, right? Or they may be furloughed, which is basically a temporary layoff. And that means that fewer Social Security workers available to be able to process applications and fix issues. There's going to be longer wait times for customer services calls. There's going to be delays in fixing payment errors, such as incorrect deposit amounts or wrong bank accounts. There's going to be slower processing for new benefits. And this really going to be bad news for people who are applying for Social Security for the first time, are appealing a denied disability claim, need to update their banking information, or waiting on back pay or retroactive benefits. So if you're already receiving benefits, your payments still should arrive on time. However, if you need any type of assistance from Social Security, be prepared for longer wait times and processing delays. All right, so how could these delays last, right? So the length of delays really depends on how long the government shutdown actually lasts. So if Congress quickly passes a temporary funding bill, we may only see minimal delays. But if the shutdown drags on for weeks, months at a time, the backlog at the Social Security offices could actually pile up fast, leading to major delays for new applicants and those needing changes to their benefits. So to give you an example of this, during 2018 through 2019, the government shutdown lasted 35 days. Okay, so that's over 800,000 government workers were furloughed. The processing times for disability claims increased significantly, and the customer service wait times also skyrocketed during this time period. So, and that was with Social Security offices still technically open during that time, right? They're just understaffed. So, what you can do to be able to avoid the shutdowns and related delays. So, since we don't know how long a shutdown could last, here are a couple of proactive steps you could take to be able to avoid getting caught up in the backlog. So number one, you want to make sure you check your banking information. Okay, so log into Social Security account and ensure your direct deposit information is correct and up to date. A mistake there could actually cause unnecessary payment delays. So that's going to be key. You want to submit your paperwork ASAP. So if you're applying for Social Security benefits, you want to file your paperwork immediately to try and get it processed before potential staffing shortages Next, you want to be able to request necessary changes now. So if you have an update with your address, if you have an update with your direct deposit, you want to correct an error, you want to do it ASAP before the system slows down. Also, you want to use online services whenever possible. So the My Social Security portal is going to be a great portal for you to be able to use. That's www.ssa.gov/my account. And that's going to allow you to be able to look at things like your payment history. You're going to be able to update your personal information. You're going to be able to request a new Social Security card. You're going to be able to check the status of applications. Also, you want to prepare for longer wait times. So if you need to call or visit the Social Security office, just expect delays. You just want to make sure that you're patient during this time and try to handle any urgent matters before a shutdown actually happens. Next issue here is that we have Social Security staff cuts as well. So what that means for you. So the Social Security Administration recently announced a major jobs cut. So they're looking to eliminate 7,000 positions from their workforce. And if you think this won't affect you, think again. All right. So this could actually mean huge consequences for anyone delaying with Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or survivor benefits. So let's break this down exactly why this matters and who will be impacted the most by this and what you could do to be able to avoid these problems. So why does this matter? So Social Security isn't just some automated process. It does require real people to be able to process applications. There's real people that resolve the issues, approve appeals, and with fewer workers now, everything pretty much slows down, leading to longer wait times for new applicants. So if you're applying for SSDI, SSI, or survivor benefits, you probably should expect some delays in approval times if there is this shutdown. Also, delays in the appeal decision. If your claim is denied, the appeal process could already take months or even years. So with fewer staff now, the wait times can actually increase even more. Also, slower response times for payment corrections. So if you have a banking issue, maybe an incorrect deposit or missing payment, you want to know that getting it fixed will take longer than usual. And of course, customer service is going to be delayed. There's going to be delays in processing paperwork as well. So that's going to be a huge issue. So the people are going to be impacted by this the most are going to be people who are newer to the program and the system. Anyone trying to appeal a denied claim, they're going to be impacted by this. People needing to be able to correct their banking information or payment errors are going to be impacted by this as well. Individuals waiting for back pay. So if you were owed a retroactive payment or increased benefits, you can expect some slower than usual processing times. People with urgent SSA issues who need to speak with a representative, that's going to probably be cause some delays as well. So again, you want to make sure that you are really keeping up to date with your information and taking care of as many issues as you can beforehand, before a potential shutdown can happen and before these staffing cuts actually take place. All right. So that's going to be key. So one thing to note is that the SSA actually closed 67 field offices between 2010 and 2022, right? So that means fewer people in the workforce, and they're probably going to continue to do this. So just know that it's unfortunately going to take more time. So one thing that you can do to be able to be proactive and put yourself in the best position is, obviously you can't be able to control what happens with these staffing issues, but you want to just make sure you apply as early as possible, and you want to double check your information, especially your direct deposit information. Your mailing address is correct, your phone number is up to date. Keep all your records up to date as soon as possible, and that's going to be key on the online portal. All right, so those are some of the biggest updates as it relates to the potential delays that could be coming up and currently happening right now. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.